Yeah. Let me get going here. Hey, if you're watching us live on YouTube, we want to say welcome to Home Gadget Geeks. We're show 213 tonight. If you're expecting 5 minutes of content to get the Amazon Echo, you'll be sorely disappointed because we're in the pre-show, which still have about 10 minutes before we get started. You've caught the live, unedited version of this, which probably means you didn't come across it by mistake. You probably wanted it. Mike and I will be gathering Dave McCabe at some point, I hope, to have him on tonight. And we'll get started 8 or 9 or 10 minutes or so from now. So you can fast forward if you want, or you can hang out. We're going to be asking we're going to be asking Lexi some questions as we go. And you know it's really cool. Oh, I need to write this one down. Tune in, because she'll play stuff from Tune In as well. So you can say, Alexa, play Home Gadget Geeks from Tune In.
You want to hear a station for Home Gadget Gigs, right?
I think so, yes.
Sorry, I cannot find the station you requested.
This is the one I have to be really specific on. Alexa, play Home Gadget Geeks on TuneIn.
You want to hear a station for How Old Gadget D X, right?
Yeah, this has been the one that's been really no, Alexa. This has been the one that's been really hard for her to get right when I say Home Gadget Geeks. It doesn't, for whatever reason.
You want to hear a station for How Old Gadget D X, right?
No. Alexa, play Cyber Frontiers in TuneIn.
You'd like to play the program called Cyber Frontiers, right?
Yes.
Cyber Frontiers. Getting the latest episode. Here it is from TuneIn.
This is the Average Guy Network, and you have found Cyber Frontiers, show number 20.
Alexa, you can stop.
April 27th.
So that part works. Home Gadget Geeks, she can't. It's like she can't get it.
Right.
But Cyber Frontiers works out really, really well. Are you on TuneIn?
I don't believe so. Okay. Would you have to sign up through them to be on TuneIn?
Yeah, you would need to submit your podcast to TuneIn.
Yeah. See, and I got another one of those where it's open mic night, so they always put the MIC.
Yeah.
If they just refer to that, so.
Yeah. So let's see if there's any other. That's pretty cool. Amazon. Any other commands that I'm.
Okay, I'm going to try my light.
Okay. Not really the page I was looking for on Amazon. Okay, let me pick up the store stuff. Oh, okay. Sarah, URL.
So still not HD for me, huh?
It's HD now, yes.
Okay.
Michael, a little bit of a sound check. Can you hear us out there? Everything good? Oh, I should start. Let me start. Get Spreaker going. We want to welcome you live. If you're just joining us on Spreaker, or you're listening, if you hear this part, you're probably listening to the recorded version. We're about 5 minutes out from the show. We do a pre-show. You can fast forward 5 minutes if you want. If you're looking for very short, concise information on the Amazon Echo, this is not your podcast. we are going to go 30, 40, 50 minutes as we work through this is like in detail. So if you want to hang around for that, if you're here for a 3-minute video overview on someone who's had the Echo for 10 seconds, there's plenty of other podcasts, there's plenty of other reviews that do that kind of stuff. You're going to get a long play here. So hang tight. We'll get started here in just a few minutes, and we want to welcome you to Home Gadget Geeks. And you've caught the raw unedited version. Unedited. That's hard for me to say as well. Oh, click the link. Start with trying to find the chat room. Link is on the page. Still hear me, Mike? Are we streaming? Is the streaming working to Grafton?
Yes, should be.
Okay. Just wondering if you got that fixed.
Yep, I can actually just tuned in. Pretty cool. We're hearing it.
Oh, you were. So we're live there right now, on the radio station.
Yeah, with a very bad hiss, which is good to know.
Oh,
Let me.
it's not me. You're not hearing that on my end, are you?
No, so that means it's on my end or his end. So let me log back in and.
Hey Ken, good to see you. Can I get a quick sound check from you since you just joined? Oh, is our sound okay? We got a whole bunch of tech locked in tonight, and I'm just trying to make sure everything's working okay. Yeah, we're running on time. Show should be out there. You should be able to see. You should be able to see us. I don't know why you would be asking me if I'm on time. I'm always on time. Always on time. Okay, let's see. All right, thank you. Thanks for that sound check. You should see Alexa down there. I wonder if it'll switch over when I talk to her. Let's hold on. I have you, Mike, locked in. There we go. Let's say, Alexa, what's the weather tomorrow? That takes a moment. Alexa, what's the weather tomorrow?
Tomorrow, in Bellevue, you'll see thunderstorms and can expect a high of 72 and a low of 57.
Okay. I hate to know what that asterisk means when you said it sounds as good as it normally does. I hope that's good. Dumped a whole thing of water on my soundboard last night, and I'm hearing little clicks every once in a while, which is not good for the home team. Not good indeed. All right, let's see. So McCabe is probably going to join us right at the very last second.
Yeah, that's right. I'm still seeing if the thing's on my end or his end, so we'll see.
Yeah, we got plenty of time. So we still got, well, it's 8.
Well,
it's 8.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to unplug and plug in real quick.
Yeah. It's fine. Take your time. Ah, Sarah made it in. That's really Sarah's voice of the echo.
Yeah, I got a little bit of buzz on my end. I'm not sure if I got a power cord running near this thing or not. That's always the fun of a new setup, is you don't know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes you got to test it live. Thanks, Ken. Thanks for that. Sarah, are you listening too, Sarah? Take her about 30 seconds to hear that. No word from Dave, so I may start without him. He may join us a little bit late as well. We got a bunch of stuff going on here, man. Bunches of stuff.
I ran the cord as best I can, so we will see.
Okay. Do you want to listen to it one more time just to see?
Yeah, I'll give it one more
sounds
listen.
like?
Give me
Okay.
one more second.
Yeah. So Ken, we've got I've got my Blue Yeti mic'd up on the Echo, so you should see that when it talks. You'll see it. Here, we'll ask her a question. Alexa, tell me a joke.
2 antennas got married. The wedding was boring, but the reception was excellent.
Oh, good. Dave is here. Facebook. So if you're watching the recorded version, give us a few extra minutes here. We're going to bring Dave in and get him all situated.
So I didn't hear what you said, but
Dave's ready. Dave just jumped in. So
perfect.
We'll start a few minutes late.
Okay.
That would be fitting. Here he comes. Here he comes. There he is, Mr. McCabe.
Hey,
How are you?
good.
Meet Mike Uyghur.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Good, very good.
Now, I don't see. Oh, there we go.
We'll give things a second to settle in here
Yeah.
as they need to with Google Plus. So, Dave, Alexa's wired up, and it actually sounds pretty good. You can say, Alexa, what's the? No, let's do this. Hold on. She'll say I didn't quite understand what you're talking about. Hold on.
In Bellevue, it's 74 degrees with partly sunny skies. Tonight, you can look for showers and a low of 50 degrees.
So we should be able to ask her commands throughout the show if we want to do that.
All right.
And then I've got a bunch listed in the show notes that I think I shared with you. It's the Google one though. Did you get access to it?
How did you share?
Go to your Google probably to whatever you're using for Google Plus.
That's
no.
the first thing I launched was Google Plus.
Podcast@homeservershow.com. That address is the one.
Oh, email.
Yeah. What do you want me to send? What do you want me to send it to?
I don't care.
Oh.
I'll look it up. That's perfect.
Which one?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. You can
That
send
one?
it there.
Yeah, it's there. No, it's already there. Just check that. I sent that a couple days ago. You want me to resend it?
Nope, I see it.
Okay, cool.
I don't pay attention to these things. You know what? I haven't opened Google Docs in I can't remember how long. Very nice.
Yeah. No, I like them. I'm having trouble getting away from them. I used OneNote, and then went to Google Docs, and you're back on OneNote, and I just can't move back over.
I just like how I can share a link, right? And
yeah,
if I see a tweet that I want to remember, I hit the share button and say send to OneNote, and then I just keep moving,
Yeah.
Keep rolling.
Keep it rolling.
Okay.
All right. Well, hold on. I should send. I did this fancy schmancy. Background.
Give me
for
2
YouTube.
seconds.
You're fine. You gotta get this thing started anyway.
Fancy schmancy background.
I did this background thing using the Chromecast on the TV here, just because you can, and it's like, well, I should actually, if I'm gonna do this, I should actually do it. So
let me get my Echo app.
Let's get this started. Yeah, bring that up. I was gonna bring mine up too.
I was trying to bring up. I took some pictures today for you as well. So camera roll. I'm going to.
I need to attach Pandora to her. I haven't done that yet. We've gotten TuneIn, but no Pandora. All right.
Oh, I forgot one thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Since I took my earbuds out. Since you wore a T-shirt and you were so casual yesterday, I thought maybe I would dress up for your podcast.
Oh, that's awesome. I like it. Nice job.
There we go.
I like it. I didn't realize I had gotten known as the dress-up guy.
Yeah, it's just collars.
Well, that's what I have to wear for work, and I just stay in them.
That's me too.
Yeah.
Jim Collar Collison right there. So I am going to go
It's
casual.
funny. Wiskowski couldn't believe it. He was like, "What are you doing in a T-shirt?" My God, I'm allowed to be in a T-shirt every once in a while, right?
There. Let's stuff that in there.
That looks outstanding, man.
Okay.
Sarah says she attached her Pandora account to the Echo, and Dave, she says great color, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's a pink. It's a pink from London or something. I don't know.
She's laughing up there.
Where I opened.
She's
Where's
right above
Chatwing?
me. That's
I
pretty
opened
awesome.
Chatwing somewhere.
That's pretty awesome. Well, I guess not as many people wanted to hear about the Echo tonight. Maybe they were.
Where's the Where's the tweet?
Go to the average guide for the tweet.
Did you
I tweeted
see
a
me?
couple times. Yeah. No, I didn't. I should have.
Okay.
Just go to my
Let me copy that link.
go to my thingamabobber. Are you guys hearing any crackling from my end? Like right now?
You were moving, I did.
I just hit the mic, but can you hear it now?
No.
Okay. I hope I didn't destroy my board. It was all fine, and then just a minute ago it started crackling.
Yeah, I hear a little bit of crackle.
Do you?
Yep.
Yep, I can hear it. I thought you were like moving some.
No, hold on just a second.
Okay. Tweet it, go.
Well, unfortunately, it's not the channel. Well,
Ooh. Yikes.
yeah, I think the board. It was perfect, Dave, right until you got here.
Okay.
It's not distracting. It's just barely noticeable.
I
So,
know.
Yes.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's get going.
do you want to run a USB from your mic to your computer and just run via that way?
No, I don't want to. At this point, it's fine.
Okay.
Although that's really annoying me.
Yeah, it's there.
1 second.
Just leave some white space and capture it, and then you can filter it.
Yeah.
You can grab it.
Yeah.
You know.
It was fine. Dang it. Oh, it's all right. I'm not gonna.
Maybe heating up. That may be the thing.
Well, it's been on. I never turned it off.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, that's fine. It'll come and go. Let's get. Oh,
Let me know right before you're about to go live.
is that you?
That was not me.
That was you.
I heard it in my ears.
You hear
Me
that,
too.
Bob?
I heard it in the ear, so that's you.
Yeah. Ouch. All right. Well, hopefully this will. Knowing my luck, it'll fail the second we get started. Right. Always the way it goes. I get one chance in 4 years to get McCabe on the podcast. And it fails right before we get started.
Nice.
All right. We're late enough. Here we go. Let me get this thing going.
Tell me, give me like a 2-1
Oh.
countdown.
Go ahead and start it.
Okay.
This is the Average Guy Network, and you have found Home Gadget Geeks, show number 213, recorded on May 7th, 2015. Here on Home Gadget Geeks, we cover all the favorite tech gadgets that find their way into your home, news, reviews, product updates, and conversation, all for the average tech guy. I'm your host, Jim Collison, broadcasting live from the AverageGuy.tv studios and maybe a broken AverageGuy.tv studios tonight as we struggle a little bit with a soundboard that got a little water last night. Totally my fault. We made it through one podcast. We'll see if it makes it through today. But, of course, we broadcast live here from Bellevue, Nebraska, and post a show with world-class show notes each week out at the AverageGuy.tv. If you have questions, comments, or contributions, of course, you can send those in to me. Send me an email, jim@theaverageguy.tv. You can track me down on Twitter at jcollison, or now call in those questions, 402. You should probably stop the car before you do this, right? Before you write this down. 402-478-8450. We'll play those questions right here on the show. You can give me feedback that way, too. That's a great way to do it. Neil, I always appreciate Neil. Pretty much gives me a weekly call now and lets me know what he appreciates. So I appreciate that as well. Call those in, and the AverageGuy.tv is powered by Maple Grove Partners Web Hosting. You can get secure, reliable, high-speed hosting from people you know. That's Christian and his dad Gary are running that. Some great web hosting available for you. For more information, visit Maple Grove Partners, and they got room for a couple more customers as well. So if you want to jump in there, fairly reasonable priced, you can get monthly hosting for as cheap as $10. So give that a try. MapleGrovePartners.com. Of course, we want to thank Roger over at WLMN Radio for broadcasting us or streaming us live right now, coming out in Grafton, West Virginia. So that's kind of fun to make it full circle and go terrestrial radio as well. And of course, Home Gadget Geeks is a part of the Geeks Network. You can find the link to this show plus many other great podcasts out at the Geeks Network, thegeeksnetwork.com. All right, well, we've got an interesting podcast for you tonight. We're going to be all Amazon Echo, but before we do that, I mentioned the Geeks Network, and let's introduce the guy who I think, Dave, the first time you've been on Home Gadget Geeks. Welcome, and you're the man behind the Geeks Network.
Have I not been on a?
I don't think an actual home gadget.
I've been on an average guy geek show, right?
Maybe way back in the home tech era. It's
been a while.
But
I
it has
agree.
been a while. Yeah, welcome
way
back.
too
You know,
long.
you're a busy guy. You've got young ones that keep you busy all the time, and so I try not to. You're already doing a couple podcasts a week, so I try to leave you alone.
Well, thanks. I'm glad to be on. I appreciate that.
No, good to have you. And then over there, the regular co-host, or over there, which either way, coming in from just across town, Mike Weger. Mike, welcome back.
Thank you. You know, there is nothing better for a kid my age than being done with finals, turned in my last one at 4 p.m. I'm done. I'm just ready to podcast, ready for a summer full of festivities. So, yeah, no, glad to be back.
Yeah, no, and of course you're in law school, and so your finals are pretty serious finals. I still don't know how you podcast and are in law school. That would crush any mortal man. But you're like, it's just school.
It's fun. It's a good time. It keeps me sane. That's what it does. So,
see, that's insane. That whole thing right there is insane. Nobody else does what you do, and meanwhile you're in a break studying, and you're on Periscope today, and all kinds of stuff.
You gotta do what you gotta do. So,
all right. School classes went well. By the way, we're banking
great.
on you being the lawyer for the Geeks Network. So you've got to.
I think we're in good standing. I think we're good. Well, I'll tell you here in about 2 weeks. But yeah, no, I think we're good. So, yeah.
Awesome. As long as you feel good about it, that's all that really matters.
Well, let's not go off that. But yeah, no, it went great.
All right, sounds good.
We'll go with that.
Well, we want to dig in a little bit on the Amazon Echo. Dave has famously said over the last couple podcasts, at the very beginning of the podcast, if you're looking for a 3-minute review on this thing, you've come to the wrong place, because we're going to spend a whole bunch of time tonight kind of digging in on the Amazon Echo. We've both had it now for a couple weeks and have tried it out. I sat on my kitchen floor for an hour one night with the kids, and we just threw all kinds of things at it to see what it would do. It has been, of course, if you haven't seen this yet, and I think most of you probably have, but head out to Amazon, search Echo. It's a long cylinder device. You actually see it. I'll point it. We've got it all wired up for tonight, and we'll throw that on the video. This might be one you might want to watch the video on. So head out to the YouTube channel for us, or go to the post, theaverageguy.tv/HGG. What number is this? 213, and that will get you to the post. But we're showing that right now. Tonight we've got it mic'd up to a Blue Yeti, so I threw the Blue Yeti on it so we could get some good sound. And so we'll be asking her some questions a little bit later. But really round cylinder, a couple speakers, some really good microphones, and it's really a personal digital assistant. That's kind of what I've been calling it. Dave, is that an accurate, is that what you'd call it after working with it for a while?
In my household, it's more like the children's plaything. It's the children's weather announcer, or why do snowflakes look different, kind of, It's definitely not an assistant. It's more like a little friend.
Oh, see, so at the Collison house, we are really using we'll talk a little bit more about this, but we're really using those shopping list timer features, alarms, those kinds of things associated with it. Sarah has really, I think, she's up listening upstairs tonight as well. She's really kind of embraced it. And just the other morning, she was making some tea, and she goes, well, we're going to call her Lexi, because if I say her name, she'll start, beeping on there. So we'll call her Lexi during the show if we don't want to talk to her. But she said, Lexi, set a timer for 2 minutes. Boom, timer set. 2 minutes. Wah, wah, the thing goes off. It
is a nice little subtle tone.
Yeah. Well, let's talk, Mike. You don't have one of these yet. Dave and I got ours on almost the exact same day. You don't have one yet. Any thoughts about picking one of these up?
No, I definitely thought about it. It was one of those things that came across my email back in, I think it was January. Was that when everyone got the invites? Definitely thought about it. Didn't pull the trigger, but now that you guys are playing with it, it's definitely making me envious. But I have a lot of questions, so yeah, I'm excited for tonight.
Okay, we'll jump in there when you've got a question for us. And let me just roll through the unboxing experience. And Amazon, the box is Apple-esque in nature. I mean, it's they did a really nice job of putting these box together, and it fits tightly and comes in a nice blue container, and it sits right in there. It's packaged very, very well when you get it. It feels nice coming out of the box. Easy setup, couple batteries. You put a couple batteries in not actually in the unit, but because the unit plugs in, but a couple batteries in the remote. Does come with a remote that we have stuck on the fridge right by a little magnetic remote. You just put it right by her. And I don't know if we've used the remote that much for what we're doing. Dave, are you guys playing music at all through it at this point?
Oh, I say it's not a digital assistant, but I mean, I use timers like crazy. If that makes it an assistant, then
yeah,
man, that's what it is. But music is really what we've been doing through it, and I can't get enough of it, honestly.
Yeah, so it's really helpful from that. But the setup process for it, plug it in. It's going to spin orange for I don't know, maybe 20, 30 seconds. There's going to be some Wi-Fi setup. You're going to want to download. There's an app that's available for both iPhone and Android that you're going to want to get in, log into, and connect with the same account that you used to purchase it from Amazon. In the app itself, it's a pretty good little app associated with it. So my not-so-digital assistant just brought this down to me. So if you want to see the remote, a handy little – she stepped down the stairs so that I could show this. Handy little remote, really best for invoking it. You can hit the microphone button and invoke it that way, or skip, or play the music. So this is kind of nice if you don't want to talk to it. But all the voice commands work as well. So we'll talk about that when we play music here in a minute.
Great. Well, real quick, Dave, I think you're a lot louder. I think you're turned up pretty high. If you can turn your volume down.
Oh, Dave.
Yeah. I thought it was just me. I asked the chat room, though, and they said you're a lot louder as well. So.
Oh.
Okay.
That's
real quick.
And not louder for me.
Yeah, it's way louder on my end.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll have him back up just a little bit.
No big deal. Just thought it would save you some editing in the end. So.
I don't really care. I just you run it through a levelator in it.
Yeah, I'll just stand back.
Oh, that's a lot better, actually. Yeah, sounds great.
Fine. So so the app. Let's talk. Well, let's first of all, as we do this thing, there are some interesting voice things that you can do with this, and I kind of don't know where to dig in and start. So let's start with the funny stuff. Some of the funny stuff that let's start with the funny stuff because that's the most interesting things you can do. We found early on there were some things, and so really I'm going to click over on her real quick so you guys can see her. So if you're watching the video, you should be able to see her now. And so we found some interesting things. So let's just start with a singer voice command like weather because that's easy. Alexa, what's the weather for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, in Bellevue, there will be thunderstorms, with a high of 72 and a low of 57.
And so, like Dave, you were talking about, it's great for the weather. You mentioned your kids use it to know how to dress, to make their way out. I check it every morning when I'm making sandwiches for the kids. Mm-hmm. Check the weather. It's one of the things I think remind me to talk about when we talk about the future. I think there's some cool things it can do with the weather when it comes to weather alerts coming up, because I think there's some things where it can alert us, going forward. But one of the funny things, of course, we started trying to trip it up to figure out what it could do, and of course it knows all the Holy Grail stuff. So you can say, Alexa, what is your quest?
To seek the Holy Grail.
Which is pretty cool if you're a Monty Python fan and you know how that goes. You can also say, Alexa, what's the meaning of life?
A traditional answer is 42.
So that comes, of course, from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's out there. So kind of nerdy. You can ask, Alexa, tell me a joke.
2 antennas got married. The wedding was boring, but the reception was excellent.
So, yeah. So actually, some of them are funny. Dave, do your kids ask it jokes all the time?
No, because I try not to open that up. If I ask her one joke, then it's over. That's all she's going to do is just tell jokes. They would just stand there. I don't even think they would even eat or go to school. They would just stand there and talk to it.
Oh, that's funny. That we actually, I think some of the jokes are pretty funny, and I'm not sure. I've heard a few of them over again, and I think she's getting those from Bing. I think that's where the jokes are coming from. There's a joke query it can send in, and it'll just send back there's like a database of jokes that it pulls them from. So that's kind of interesting. You can ask some things like, Alexa, what's the distance to the moon?
The moon's distance is 239,000 miles, 384,000 kilometers.
So some handy information along those lines. This was my favorite. Alexa, what's the temperature of the sun?
Different parts of the sun have different temperatures. The surface is around 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 6,000 degrees Celsius, while the core is between 23 and 29 million degrees Fahrenheit, 13 to 16 million degrees Celsius.
Now, what's interesting is all this is happening in the app at the same time. So I'm watching the app right now. Actually, Sarah could be logged into the app. My daughter has logged into the app as well. And that query is coming up. So you have some opportunities to say, did she get it right or didn't she? Dave, I'm assuming they're learning through this process. Don't you think they're getting some learning?
I would think so. I don't remember if I don't remember signing off anything that they could take and learn from, how intrusive they were going to be, but I just assume that they're checking for those. Every time she says, I don't know the answer, or I did not hear what you said, or something, you think that they would be capturing some of that in order to improve the service.
Yeah, and in the app you get an option to say, did she understand you correctly? And you can say yes or no.
Yes.
And
I try to go in there and try to help as much as possible, and do that.
Yeah, I'm sure they're getting some telemetry, back. Then if you say yes, there's a send more detailed feedback. So you could even send, like, I was really looking for this. That might actually be really, really helpful as they're trying to train this thing to be better. So you get, and it's kind of built like the cards, when you think about Google Plus, the card system that Google Plus uses, or Google Now, it's kind of built that way. You get this, every query is a card. So like when I asked what was the distance to the moon, in the app it actually brought a picture up of the moon for me, and then it gave me the response in the app. So I could go back and see what that query was. It would have been funny. Sarah was on the road for a week or so, and that's when we were asking it the questions, and she could have pulled up the app to see all the funny questions we were asking.
That's right.
Trying to get it there. It'll even give you the text of the joke that you asked. That's what, you can kind of come back to the app for that as well. Some of the things also on the app that are interesting, and Dave, this is where really, Mike too, this is really where we use it a lot, is in the area of the shopping list. This has been super, super handy for us. So if you want to add an item to the shopping list, I think this will work. Alexa, add Gatorade to my shopping list.
I've put Gatorade on your shopping list.
She doesn't say it very well, but that is Gatorade. She calls it Gatorade, which we think is very, very funny from that standpoint. I needed a pair of headphones earlier today because I lost mine. So you can say, Alexa, add a pair of headphones to my shopping list.
I've put a pair of headphones on your shopping list.
So then you can say, Alexa, read the shopping list back to me. Now, see, the query failed. Alexa, read the shopping list to me. Huh. Now that should be working. Alexa, what is on my shopping list?
You have 19 items on your shopping list. Here are the 5 most recent. A pair of headphones. Gatorade. Crest mouthwash. Peroxyl. Jameson.
Oh, Peroxyl and Jameson.
Would you like to hear the next 5 items?
No. Sarah is probably freaking out up there like, he's not going to read the whole.
The next item is condoms, ribbed.
Exactly. The fun thing about that with the shopping list functionality is, of course, because Sarah and I share that account, she can add things to the Echo and I could go pick them up a little bit later if that's what we need to do. You can make all the edits or add them to the shopping list right from the phone as well, which is cool. So you don't have to necessarily add it only from the Echo. One other thing I think that's important there before I got distracted with alcohol and Peroxyl was the fact that she asks a question back when you're saying that. She says, "Would you like to for me to read 5 more?" And that, I think, that's one of the few places on the Echo it does that where you don't have to invoke the name again. And I'd like to see more of that come on the Echo where you do something, she asks you a question back, and you continue without necessarily having to say her name again.
It does that during music. I'll ask her to play a playlist, and I'll always forget. Because you can ask her, you can say, keyword, play me my '80s playlist, and she'll do that. And then sometimes I forget, and I'll say, keyword, play me a playlist. Because sometimes when you're talking to her, you kind of freeze up, and you'll say, oh, play me a playlist, and she'll say, okay, what playlist would you like me to play? And then I can say, 80s. I have 80s and 90s and
Right. You've got those playlists
yeah,
built in
the
your
pool,
Prime.
whatever, party, easy listening, all kinds of stuff built in that I've already built, and I can tell her to play that. And if I forget to say one, she'll ask me, which one do you want me to play? You know.
Oh, yes. Sarah wanted me to have her read the whole list. So, Alexa, read the entire shopping list.
What should I add?
No. Alexa, read the entire shopping list.
Entire added to your shopping list.
That's funny.
Oh,
Alexa, read the shopping list to me.
there you go.
What can I add for you?
See, it's this where it gets a little tricky on it.
But does she make this mistake at home when you're
Does it-
talking to her, or is this
I
a
put the
technology
restriction on your shopping list.
Yeah, I think it's because she's having more trouble hearing me. I'm coming out of the speaker.
podcasting? Yeah.
We have a Surface, so the Surface is I've got Surface on a mount that's running the camera here, and I'm coming out of the speakers, so it could be.
Yeah. Because remember when we had problems, we tried to hook up an Ubi, and we hooked up a pair of headphones, and they didn't have the proper frequency response, and it threw off the voice recognition.
Yeah. She gets it right 99% of the time when we're talking to her this way. But let me try it again. Alexa, what's on my shopping list?
You have 21 items on your shopping list. Here are the 5 most recent. Little tricky. Entire. A pair of headphones. Gatorade. Crest mouthwash. Would you like to hear the next 5 items?
Yes, this is where a few more come. I didn't. It didn't. When I said yes, I needed to stop talking. So it's interesting. There's still some. As we throw a lot at this, I'm trying to talk to it in a normal voice, like you'd ask normal questions. So when we play the music, I might say, Alexa, play Phil Collins on my playlist.
Phil Collins and more from Prime Music.
Alexa, stop. So not Phil Collins, but that was.
And now we get pulled from YouTube.
Oh, I totally forgot. Hopefully it was short enough.
It was short enough. It's I think it's 4 seconds is what it listens for. So I think we're good.
Yeah. And so the playlist functionality, Dave, you mentioned that you're using that all the time. How many playlists have you built on Amazon?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you. I mean,
that many.
This is prior to me. This is prior to me getting the Echo. I use the Amazon Cloud Player all the time, storing music and playing it back.
Yeah. Now Drashna says, doesn't the remote have a microphone on it? If I push the microphone on here,
yes.
Can I haven't tried that yet.
That's for noisy room type.
So you
but yeah, you probably should be doing that during this whole podcast.
Well,
I think
it's
you'd have
the
better
other
results.
room, though. So I wonder how far this plays. Here, let me. I'll turn off the mic and we'll try it. We'll try it.
How does NASA organize a party? They plan it.
Yeah. So that's so that actually worked. All the way down here. Okay. Very cool. I did not see. There you go. I did not know that you could do that.
Very good.
We mentioned timers. So Alexa set a timer for 30 seconds.
30 seconds, starting now.
That's something we use a lot of, and that works out well. And then go ahead, Dave.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to interrupt you. I was clearing my throat without hitting the mute button. But there's a cool thing that I learned just today. I was doing something cooking wise, and I had her set a timer And I was like, surely these are done by now, right? So I just, out of the blue, I said, Alexa, how much time is left on the timer?
Your timer is currently being delivered.
Alexa, timer off.
So, when you run longer timers, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, you can ask her, how much time is left on that? And she'll respond.
Yeah, that's cool. We set one for 15 minutes, and then I was wondering how much is left, and you just ask her.
Yeah, you just ask her.
She'll tell you the time left on there. So pretty cool. Dave, are you on TuneIn at all? Is the podcast, or it's like Home Server Show or Surface Geeks on TuneIn?
I am not, and ever since I've gotten the Alexa, I was going to talk with you actually to see what we got to do, because I think that would be kind of cool, right?
Yeah. So what's funny is Mike and I tried this in the pre-show. We could not get her to recognize the name Home Gadget Geeks. It just is too complicated, but she will recognize Cyber Frontiers. So we can say, Alexa, play Cyber Frontiers on TuneIn.
You'd like to play the program called Cyber Frontiers, right?
Yes.
Cyber Frontiers. Getting the latest episode. Here it is from TuneIn.
This is the Average Guy Network, and you have found Cyber Frontiers.
Alexa
show number
off.
20, recorded on April 27th.
So that's that's the latest episode of Cyber Frontiers that's on TuneIn. Dave, all you have to do is go to TuneIn and submit your podcasts.
I will do it.
Super easy to do, but I find that cool, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's a fun way to have your podcast kind of come up. Pandora the same way. Sarah has some stuff on Pandora. I don't know what happens if I say, Alexa, play Pandora.
Getting the last Pandora station you listen to. Ben Rector Radio.
Oh, very nice. We're going to hear a little Ben Rector. Alexa off. So Pandora works from that standpoint, and so if you're a big Pandora listener, it's nice to play the. I imagine. Can you, Dave? Do you know? Can I get to my lists? I haven't used it in this function yet. Can you get your list on Pandora? Do you know?
I don't use Pandora at all. Honestly, I don't. I have no idea.
So maybe Sarah can type. Maybe Sarah can type in the chat room, because I haven't tried that. I don't either, and I haven't tried that function. I've loved the Prime playlists. That's worked good enough for me. So
it does.
I've been playing.
Yeah, I found that I don't need to venture out, and if I find I'm missing something, then yeah, maybe I would like to venture out.
So Dave, any other features that you found? Those are kind of the major ones that are on there. There's a to-do list as well. So just like the shopping list, you can set a to-do list if you want to do that, and that shows up in your Amazon app. Any other features on there that you're using?
We use the weather a lot. My boys like to ask her weather questions all over the country. In any place that they can think of, that they'll ask her the weather. They were trying to find somewhere that was hotter than 90 degrees the other day, and they just couldn't find it. They're like, find somewhere that's hot, and they couldn't find anything. And of course, now my app, the log file is just complete weather, just one after another. Phoenix, Gila Bend, and then San Diego, and then it was just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. What else?
Very simple. Music. I'm starting to use the shopping list, although shopping lists and to-do lists have taken a different little turn with if this then that, and I know that we'll talk about that in a little while.
Yeah.
So I've kind of been saving those for that purpose, and that's hard to understand, but it'll be more clear when we talk if this then that.
We'll talk about it here in just a second. Sarah says in chat, she says, tell it to play Pandora movie soundtrack. So let's try that. Alexa, play Pandora movie soundtracks radio.
Getting your movie soundtracks radio station from Pandora.
Pandora stop. Or Pandora. Alexa stop. So, yeah, that's how you do it on Pandora. So pretty easy. And again, one of the things I've been trying not to do is talk to it, because you see this in the commercial, not talk to it loud or not talk to it like it's a computer. kind of have a normal I'd like, and I've been trying to say things like I'd like you to, and or could you please, to kind of make it feel more normal.
The big thing that we've had to learn, Jim, is that we've had an Ubi. So Ubi's like the $300. It was like one of the first voice automation assistants to come out, and you would always have to say Ubi's name and then wait for Ubi to beep back at you. So my kids would get confused. They would say, keyword, and they would just sit there. And they're like, you don't have to wait. Just tell it. Just tell her what you want, or ask her a question. They always kept waiting for the beep, right. And it would get confused, and they would confuse the poor Amazon device, and it would, it was a mess.
Yeah, it's still that point where if you walk over it in the middle of something, it's not listening, and this is where I think this stuff needs to get a little bit better, and even a little more conversational. Although I do like it. I mean, I like it more than Siri from a conversation standpoint, or more than even a Cortana from that standpoint. It just works real well. Michael Ray had asked early, is it always on and always listening? And yes, it's always listening for its name. At this point, you can set that to Alexa or Echo. We've set it to Alexa. I assume you guys have too, or do you call it Echo?
We didn't do anything in settings. I just started calling. I think the Alexa has more of a personal feel. I don't want to feel like I'm talking to a machine. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's weird, but I want to make it a little more personal. It kind of fits in the family a little better if we call her by name. Yeah. It'd be neat if we could make up a name, but I understand that might be a little more difficult for Amazon to do.
Well, and I bet it's coming. The kids said, as we were testing with the kids, they really want Jarvis. That's really what they want, right? My boys would love nothing more for a male British accent who is Jarvis. And so Alexa's cute, but they want that. They want that from Iron Man. And so it will be, I think that will probably be something that's coming. It's so fast in its response. I mean, I am always surprised. One of the things I was a little disappointed, like it can't find movie listings. So like I would really like to say, Lexi, list the most recent movie listings over at Twin Creek Theaters. Those are the ones closest to us. And she would start reading off what the movies are, right?
It would just take... It would just take Amazon getting hooked into some service where she could recognize locations where you're at. There's a lot of little things that she could probably do.
Yeah. And we talked earlier. I think there's some opportunities with, like the weather, to become a weather alert station. So when there are thunderstorms in your area, when there's to turn on that feature, and I imagine that's got to be coming pretty soon, to start getting weather alerts too. So she'll beep and say there's severe thunderstorms. The National Weather Service is reporting thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms, whatever, in your area. I can't imagine that would be too far away either.
Yeah, you're probably going to have to put in some do not disturb hours, and
maybe
alert me when there's a warning.
Yeah,
or not.
Well, you're in tornado country like we are, not quite as much you, but we're in. I wouldn't mind it waking me up if there was a tornado reported on the ground in the county that I'm in, right? So maybe some rules to say only if it's a tornado as opposed to just severe thunderstorm.
Only if I'm going to die. Yes.
Well, and like today in Omaha, we had an Amber Alert that went out, and my phone lit up. Stuff like that. Amber Alerts would be good to have to alert all houses, if that have an Amazon Echo. That'd be something nice to have as well.
Yeah, Tony Rayner says in chat, he says he wish Google would make an Echo equivalent with using the Google Now, functionality. That is, take the strong work that's being done on Google Now and then marry that to the capabilities of what's going on in the Echo. I think you got some pretty good stuff. Maybe the two of them are.
Well, you never know. I mean, you never know with Amazon. I love Google Now. When I'm carrying an Android device, I always flip over to Google Now and see, because I have some preset things that I like to read about. Like I'll have Surface Pro in there, or my favorite team. And that's the other thing that I use, keyword about is you can ask her, when the Cubs play next, when the Texas Rangers play next, or what was, who won the game last night. She knows sports, and that's kind of what makes me think that she could do the movie phone that you would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and ask her something about a pro team.
Alexa, when do the San Francisco Giants play next?
The Giants will play tonight at 9:15 p.m. at home against the Marlins.
See, at home, that's important.
Yeah.
Not just they play the Marlins tonight.
Right. Alexa, what was the score for the Giants game yesterday?
Yesterday, the Giants lost to the Padres, 9-1. They will play tonight at 9:15 p.m. at home against the Marlins.
Yeah, I hadn't used that feature yet.
Oh, I love sport. Yeah, the sports is great.
That's pretty cool. I wonder if she knows the Creighton Blue Jays.
Yeah.
She knows the major markets.
Okay.
Now, it does say there is a little quote unquote and more. Now, I've never tested her, like who won the last NASCAR race. I don't know if she would know that, or who won the Boston Marathon last year. I don't know if she could do stuff like that.
Let's try.
I'll ask her. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, Alexa, when do the Creighton Blue Jays play next?
You have to talk a little bit louder for her.
Alexa, when do the Creighton Blue Jays play next?
I'm not sure what you meant by that question.
So she may not recognize the college.
Creighton,
Let's try it.
yeah.
Let's try
The other thing is that's a difficult word too.
Creighton.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
let me
maybe
try.
say Huskers.
Let me try it. We'll try Husker baseball. Alexa, when's the next Husker baseball game?
Sorry, I can't find the answer to the question I
Probably
heard.
not college, maybe in that, because she got Giant pretty well. But
I think it's just the major teams.
Yeah. Alexa, when is the next Colts game?
Schedule information for the next Colts game is not yet available.
Oh.
So the schedule hasn't come out yet,
Yeah.
or has it?
No, it hasn't.
Ask her if the Patriots really did de-inflate those footballs.
Alexa, who won the Super Bowl last year?
Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl in 2014.
So last year, yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to say this year.
Maybe she's not a Patriots fan.
I didn't say who should have won this.
Amazon is in Washington. No, she's probably like, Patriots? Who? I don't understand this
I don't even
Patriots.
know who they are.
We don't either, Alexa.
Alexa, who won the Super Bowl this year?
The New England Patriots won Super Bowl 49 with a score of 28-24 over the Seattle Seahawks.
She failed to say with a terrible throw in the last second.
Exactly. And who made that call?
Exactly. Well, let's talk about, Dave, you mentioned it earlier, let's talk a little bit about if this then that, because I think this is the exciting part. We've been waiting for something like this to come, and of course the Amazon just mentioned or just released the other day that they were adding recipes to if this then that, and it seems like they're growing pretty fast. So so if you haven't tried ifttt.com, if you haven't tried that yet, it's kind of web automation. And there is now a channel for the Amazon. They just call it Amazon Alexa on as a channel on it. You have to enable it when you go into the service to enable it. But there's lots of integrations now when we think about adding. I'm just looking at here. I can add iOS reminders, so I can go through here, and anytime I add a reminder, it can add it to the iOS reminder on my phone if it wants to do that. It's got some Nest integration now, which is that wasn't there a couple days ago. So somebody must have got that up and running in there. You can go to Gmail, you can do to do, you can create. Dave, I know that's me. Sorry about that. Dave, I know you're an Evernote guy, and Evernote is working. Have you done any of these yet? These integrations with if this then that?
I've done a couple, and the first thing that I really honed in on, I zeroed in that there were some smart things integration, because this was brought up in all of the news releases and anything that you see, and it's pretty big news if you say, okay, Echo can now run smart things. Well, it really doesn't do it very well. I wouldn't get too excited about it. I mean, this is like the first iteration of it, and it uses the weird thing is it uses your to-do list or your shopping list in order to make this happen. So it has to use some logic somewhere. I don't know if they've gotten all their API calls completed properly yet. So if you add something to your to-do list, you can have it turn on a lamp. And if you add something to your shopping list, you can have it turn off that lamp. Okay, that's okay to a certain extent, except it's really slow.
Yeah.
We're talking, in my situation, it was like 5 minutes.
Really? That
And
long?
some folks were having even longer response times. I thought it was broken. And I got it all done, and then I was standing there just going, dang, this doesn't work. I must be doing something wrong. And then click, I'm like, oh my God, the lamp just turned on.
Yeah, and it's kind of a hack, right? I mean, it's not really intended to use your shopping list or use your to-do list for those kinds of things. I would imagine they're going to come with some new functionality here pretty soon where those run a little faster, or they don't run through those kinds of lists.
Yeah, no, they absolutely have to. There's no way that they can live with this functionality right now. And I assume that they will, because they are talking with Nest. They are talking, is it Belkin Wi-Fi? And you can ask her directly about home automation. I don't remember the exact command, but you can have her scan your network, and she'll look around and try to find some of those Wemo devices. And if she finds them, she'll set them up for you. And I just don't have them.
What's that command? Do you remember? I remember seeing that in the setup. And it's like
I think you can even ask her to turn a light on, and
Right.
she'll kick it off.
You have to have those Philips bulbs.
Yeah, just ask her real quick and see if she'll start the process.
Alexa, turn my lights on.
Sorry, I couldn't find a device or group named lights.
Yeah, so I think she's got to discover. Let me ask her this. Alexa, what's on my network? No. So I remember there's a command in there that you do that gets her to scan the network, and if you have the right equipment, right out of the box, I think it supports those Philips smart light bulbs, and they'll show up as a device, and then you can turn them on and off, and I think that might even be available in the app. Let's look here real quick. There is music services, voice purchasing, flash briefing, traffic, household profile, connected home. Yeah, so in the app, there's a connected home and devices section, and you can add devices through the app. That might be the best or easiest way to do it. And you can go in there and add devices. It's going to go into a discovery mode. It'll say it'll take up to 20 seconds. If you have a Philips Hue bridge, and I didn't read the rest of them, it will discover those and allow you to turn the lights on and off. But, Dave, for some of these other things, like smart things, it's going to need to have a little more power.
Discovery is complete. I couldn't find any connected home devices. If your Philips bulbs were not discovered, please press the button on the bridge and rerun discovery.
There you go. So there's the discovery process.
Yeah, so she did it. Yeah, there's that part will come. I imagine it will come. And with Wemo and Philips Hue, I mean, those guys are, man, that's awesome. And you can group them, so you could, if folks want to turn a room on, you could turn a room on and off like that. But I don't use a whole lot of smart things for lighting control. It's more, it's like garage doors, it's flood sensors and things like that. So there's a certain amount of logic I would love to have with Alexa, and it's just not there yet. That's where Alexa's, keywords.
Yeah, there you go.
Keyword sister product, the Ubi, works very well when not only voice command, but you can also have it, like announce if your phone came in to the geofence of SmartThings. It could say, Jim is home, or have it announce different things logic-wise with your SmartThings. It's really neat. They do a very good job on that side of the house. They're just not as good on the music and the voice recognition and all of that kind of things.
Yeah, I imagine it's just going to get better, right? From this standpoint, it seems like they're working on it. They're definitely not abandoning. It's been out there now for 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And they continue to add things to it. So I think we're going to see some upgrades. She'll automatically upgrade when she's ready, and you'll get the most recent. It'll be interesting to see if this hardware configuration changes based on new equipment. So for $99, I'm hoping I get a couple years out of it before we have to kind of replace it with the upgraded version. But for right now, we're pretty happy with it just as it is. Dave, was there anything else in the if this then that stuff that you saw, or when you think about future stuff that you're looking for? Anything
you mentioned Evernote, and there's a lot of OneNote integration in there as well. And I had a little bit of luck with that, and I hope that other folks are having luck with that as well. When you add things to your shopping list or your to-do list or something like that, you can have it throw something in Evernote and throw it in a OneNote as well, and that seems to be working pretty good. It'll do iOS. I can't remember, like reminders or pop-ups or whatever you call those things in the iPhone. Notifications maybe, and it'll do that.
Reminder if they're heavily involved in using that reminder or the to-do list on your iPhone, it'll automatically add those there as well. So that's one thing. I don't want to check the Amazon Echo app to get my shopping list. Now, we use it there because we don't have a combined shopping list, so we've been dropping it there. But I think it'll also move it out to OneNote. It'll move it out to Evernote. Any of those services that'll take those kinds of things easily, I think it'll move pretty simply too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. And you're right. I don't want to dig in that app just to find a shopping list. If I can, it'd be kind of cool if I could pin or put an icon of my shopping list that's in Evernote or OneNote right on my home screen, and it just always gets updates from keyword. Yeah.
Yep. One of the things I'm kind of hoping for here in the future, well, let's focus a little bit on what we'd like to see coming up, or some wish list items. One of the things, you mentioned it earlier, presence. So I'd like it to do a better job of recognizing either when I'm close by or who I am. From a profile standpoint. So when I speak, it recognizes me and could even give me my own tailored lists. So I might have lists, Sarah might have her lists, we might have lists together, and so I could specify, hey, put on my to-do list, or put on, this list here, multiple lists, so to speak, because I think that's kind of key. Is once it knows who I am, then there's lots of different things that I can do. And I think about if this then that and SmartThings. So I could have automated. I'm getting ready to leave, and I could say, Lexi, I'm leaving in 5 minutes. Run my pre-morning program, and it opens the garage door. We talked about this last night. It opens the garage door, starts my car, and gets that warmed up, and locks the door or unlocks the doors for me. I make my way into the car as I'm leaving, shuts the garage door, locks the house.
Wow, you don't want much, do you?
But think about how
how cool it would be. I know. Right now, yeah. I would love to have that first wish list, and that. Okay, she knows I'm Jim.
Yeah.
She knows I'm Sarah, because right now you can only set it to one weather report, but traffic report.
Right.
What's the traffic like to work, and she'll tell you. And so it'd be neat if you asked it, she would give you your route, and if Sarah asked it, keyword would give Sarah's route.
Right.
That would be handy. I hadn't thought about it that way.
Yeah. Just separate those, separate them out. Mike.
Yeah, okay, well, all of my questions actually tonight revolved around, we're kind of at a good point to interject this, is does she do a good job of bringing you back to Amazon services? So obviously Amazon is not going to make money off the hardware. So all of these questions are fun and good, and they're beneficial to us. But on a business side, does she do a good job of bringing you back to at least her music or shopping on Amazon or other things like that? I guess if you guys are using it, are you finding yourself, oh, okay, I guess if I were to get rid of Prime, I would be kind of down and out?
I haven't bought a single thing with it on Amazon.
But you can.
That's what I was wondering, though.
You
is
can
can
do
you buy
voice
something-
purchases.
Okay.
Yeah, you can set her up just like on Amazon in the apps. You can enable one-click purchasing. You can also enable one voice purchasing. Purchase by voice. So that kind of freaks me out because I want to see that price in front of me, and I want to see
Right.
if it's a shipping item. I want to make sure first of all it's a Prime item. So I really haven't shopped through her, Jim.
Well, see,
Yeah.
and that's what I was wondering is, because that would scare me as well. I don't think I would ever shop through a device where I can't see the price, see the item, see the description, what exactly I'm getting. So I guess that's exactly my point is, are they going to be making money through her?
Well, wouldn't you say though, hey Lexi, how much is an ATR 2100? How much is an Audio Technica ATR 2100 right now? And you would think she'd give you a price back, right? Is that what we'd expect?
Man, let's
Let me
try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Here we go. Alexa, how much is an Audio Technica 2100?
I can't find the answer to the
Let's
question.
say ATR. I didn't say. Let me try it again. Alexa, how much is an Audio Technica ATR 2100 right now?
I can't find the answer to the question.
Yeah, see, this has been hard for me to even help it find products. Maybe somebody in the chat, Tony in chat, might know the right. I have not been able to get it to find anything in the Amazon store to even buy.
Well, see, and there's
Can you
no.
ask her, like, what's the last thing I purchased or anything? Does she know? that?
Alexa. Hold on, we got to make sure she can hear me. What's the last thing I purchased? Okay, you got to get that. We are having a little microphone problem there. Alexa, what is the last thing I purchased?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question I heard.
See, and that's not necessarily a bad thing on the consumer side. So for us, like you guys have mentioned for the entire show, like all the great things we can use her for, but on a business model from Amazon, is this actually driving more traffic, more business to their Amazon Prime, or at least to buying things off of Amazon?
Yeah.
So that is kind of where my whole questions revolve, because I always think about, okay, they're selling this thing for $100. Is it going to be worth it for them? And I for right now, at least, I don't think it is. But on a consumer side, yes, it's fantastic. It does a lot of great things for us.
All right, so Sarah has the answer. We say, Alexa, search Amazon for an Audio Technica ATR 2100. Oh. No, maybe not. We'll try it one more time. Here, maybe I'll try the microphone here. One sec. All right, let's see if that...
I've added 2100 to your shopping list.
No, so... Mike, I'll be honest, I've struggled to get her to find things on Amazon and to even buy them. So I think there needs to be, if they're really going to make this work, I think they got to work on that, or it's got to, because right now it's not intuitive enough that you would think that would be its primary purpose, and it would just find those things. Or maybe I need to be more generic, like Alexa, search Amazon for Cheerios.
There you go.
Cheerios added to your shopping list.
See,
Oh, Alexa.
Yeah.
or was this intentional? Is this something where Amazon says, hey, we get them really used to using our shopping list, we get them very used to asking us questions, getting them into our sphere without feeling like we're pressuring them to use Amazon services, and then over time we build in the, hey, this is all on your shopping list. By the way, when you log into Amazon, it's also in your cart. So when you want to go there, are they kind of prepping us easily and easing us into the whole idea of it? I don't know. I'm just thinking of any type of idea from Amazon to go this way with the Echo.
Yeah, I thought too it would be a device that would be just, no pun intended, but it would be prime for purchases, right? It would just be really, really good for that.
Right.
And I struggle. I've tried a couple times to get it because I was like, now I should be able to say like buy my shopping list at Amazon, or maybe what on my shopping list is available on Amazon.
Right.
So and even in the app, when I'm in the app, it's not really clear if I go to my shopping list and I choose, well, when I choose an item on the shopping list, maybe this is what they're counting on right now, or it says search Amazon for we'll use the Peroxyl. Search Amazon for Peroxyl, search Bing for Peroxyl, move the item to the to-do list, or delete the item. Those are the 4 options I've got. So if I click, we'll say search Amazon for it, it's going to take me to the app on Amazon. So maybe that's what they're anticipating, is that you'll go to your shopping list, click each individual item, buy it from there. Dave, in that scenario, you see the price, more comfortable?
Yeah, no, I would be more comfortable. I wonder how it works. The only thing I can find in their FAQs is purchasing digital music. So I wonder if you ask her to, I don't know, ask her to purchase
buy that song,
Taylor Swift's, I don't know, something she can recognize.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm afraid that she'll buy it.
Okay, so I'll do it. I'll do it, Jim.
Go
ahead.
No, yeah. Go get Ludacris. Ludacris. What's his name?
Ludicrous.
Ludacris.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really obvious. So I think there's some opportunities there. I mean, I would go to the phone app, hit the to-do list, you get the price, do I want to buy it, boom. So
right.
I guess maybe that's kind of where I'm going to land on buying this stuff from Amazon right off the list.
I just ask her, Alexa, buy digital music or something.
Okay. Alexa, buy digital music.
I think we both asked her. She woke up when I said her name.
That's right, one more time. Alexa, buy digital music. She's tired. She is tired. Alexa, buy digital music.
Purchase.
Purchase, you think? All right, hold on. We'll try it one more time. Alexa. No, it really doesn't like me. Alexa, purchase digital music.
Go ahead with your question.
Purchase digital music.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question I heard.
Everybody's going to think this thing is really stupid, but I mean, it's got pretty strict guidelines on what it can do and cannot do, and for what it can do, it's really awesome.
Right. No, I don't think I'm kind of glad we're going through some of these things because it's not the be-all end-all. But I think I've done it now when I'm in person with it. The response I'm getting is a lot better. I mean, again, it's hearing me out of a speaker that's on a surface that's a couple feet away from it.
Yeah.
And so we got some limitations to it. So.
Yeah.
But
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, if you live, I'm sorry, I thought it was my turn. If you live in Amazon Music, it is phenomenal. Yeah. If you don't, you're not going to get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Alexa.
Go ahead.
Play "Son of a Preacher Man."
Son of a Preacher Man by Dusty Springfield from Prime Music.
Alexa, stop.
That is amazing to me. I love that. That took her, a second, 2 seconds to find that and play it, and that's the exact song I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Well, and I think this is a great, Amazon Music is a great place for Amazon to start because everyone likes music. If you're a Prime member, you have access to it, and you can just search for it right away. But it's just interesting to me because Amazon has always had a play. When they came out with the Amazon Fire Phone, they had Firefly, right, which was the app that you could just point your phone at anything, and it would connect you to Amazon, and you could buy the app. So I was waiting for people to get these echoes in their hand and say, okay, this is the play from Amazon. This is how they're getting you into their service. But I almost like how they don't because they're doing so many things well. Weather, traffic, just like you said, music is a perfect introduction. So I think they did this strategically. If not, then I don't know what. But I was surprised to hear that there wasn't a big play like Firefly, some feature like Firefly, for the Echo via voice, not obviously via a camera. So it was just something I was interested in.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Dave, to your point, it does a lot of things well, especially when the things we've highlighted when we think about to-do list, shopping list, weather, alarms, timers, those kinds of things. With this work flawlessly when we're we put it in the kitchen. Where did it end up? Is it in the kitchen at your place?
It
too?
is in my kitchen, and it fills that room with it sounds great. It really does sound great.
Yeah, no, we like it too. Sarah has always played music off her computer, and so she's kind of made the move over to just say, Lexi, play this, and then one of the cool things is as she's playing it, you can say, Lexi, turn it down, and she'll turn it down one, or you can say, turn it down to 2, and she'll go all the way down to 2 if you're at 6. It's got 10 settings on it. One of the things I didn't know as well is the top of it actually rotates, and that is the sound. That's the physical sound volume adjustment.
It's an infinity knob, so it just spinning and spinning. It's a beautiful mechanism. It works very well.
Yeah.
It's hard not to touch keyword. I mean, it's just this stout, heavy piece of gear. I think it's very well made. And there's an Amazon. You need to search Amazon Echo teardown. The teardown is really cool. And it intrigues me because the first part of the teardown, Jim, I've already had mine somewhat semi-apart to investigate, but some of the amplifier output wires are on the very bottom of the mechanism. And when I first heard about this thing, my first thing was I wonder if I can get this thing to play the music on my home system as well. So if I can find the outputs, then I'm going to try to interface it into my home system, and then so I can play it on all the zones. So I can just voice ask keyword, and then bam, she's just outputting to all the zones. That'll be amazing.
Yeah, I thought maybe it would come with an output, but it doesn't in its current, right? There isn't an output on the bottom of it.
No, there is not.
Yeah.
I was
hoping it would, or maybe even Bluetooth.
No, you can Bluetooth to your phone.
Right.
You can Bluetooth that way, but yeah.
No, they for now you're playing the speakers. That's up. All right. Sarah gave me a purchase command. So she said, let's see, Alexa, see if she can hear me. Buy Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
Here's a sample of Wrecking Ball, Clean, by Miley Cyrus.
Alexa, stop.
Don't just say Alexa, purchase.
That's my jam.
You think? Yeah. Let's try it. Let's hold on one more time. We'll let her light is on, so we'll give it a second to turn off. The light is. Oh, there we go.
I would ask her to play and then
purchase that.
Then ask her to
Okay, Alexa, play Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus from Prime Music.
Purchase that. Purchase that.
Now do it. She's not listening. So Sarah
Alexa,
keyword.
We call,
Alexa, purchase that.
Hearts in vain, we jump, never asking why. We kissed,
Use them.
All right. I used the remote.
Yeah.
Well, and we got, again, we're coming out of speakers on that. But, yeah, I'll have to figure that out. Apparently Sarah's done it because she said you need to use the word buy.
Okay.
She says the help says to use the word buy. So
and everybody listening on audio, you probably need to understand. Jim is speaking through the network through Google Plus, and so there's delay. When you're in the kitchen with this thing, you don't have to look at it. You don't have to do. You just say her name, play, keyword. You just all in one. Bam, bam, bam. Keyword, play, Son of a Preacher Man, and she does it instantly.
No. Yeah, right on. We've had great luck with it. We like it. Anytime you're trying to do a demo, of course we got this all wired up. Anytime you're trying to do a demo, it's always interesting to get it done. hey, $99 if you're a Prime member right now. I don't know why you wouldn't try it. I think it's a great opportunity to try one. I think this is the future of a lot of this stuff that's available. We're using the heck out of it. Mike, any other questions from you before we kind of bring this in for landing?
Well, you had talked me into it. I was going to do a Leo Laporte, and I was going to order it as we were on the show. But they actually bumped it up, by the way, to $200 if you're not a Prime member, $150 if you are a Prime, and you don't get it till November. No, sorry. You still have to wait for an invite. That's what it is.
Oh,
so
wow.
You can't order it right now, and it's $150 even if you are a Prime member. So they bumped it up.
Wow.
I would still do it.
Yeah.
If I walked into someone's house and listened to the quality of audio and her giving you news reports and weather reports and traffic reports, I would still plunk down my $150 and get in line.
Yeah,
and Jim,
that's what I did. I requested the invite.
do it. Jim and I got on, early first week of January, and we got it, mid-April?
2 weeks ago, yeah. 20th of April, something like that.
It goes by fast. And if you don't, you'll regret a month or two from now. You're like, I should have done that.
Yeah, no, for sure. We're enjoying the heck out of it. It's one of those kinds of things that it's better in person, and if you're thinking about doing that, I'd recommend. I like it. I think it's only going to get better, and there's just more opportunities for things coming up. The integrations are going to get better as we go, and we just love ours. So that's one of those things that's going to become a member of the family, and I think it just keeps getting better with upgrades that are coming in. So, Dave, thanks for taking. I'm glad you could be on to talk about this. Thanks for taking some time out tonight. Yeah. I know you got a busy schedule, but thanks for coming over and being a part of it.
Glad to help. Thanks for having me.
You bet. I'll remind folks while you're here, we are talking about Home Server Show, Surface Geeks, Average Guy Meetup that is going on. We've been reminding you for the last couple weeks that the official Meetup topic or the official Meetup link is out now if you head over to homeservershow.com, or just go to the show notes here, and I'll include that link in the show notes for the official thread that's over there. Dave, we're not signing up through Eventbrite this year. How are we getting our tickets to Meetup this year?
Well, Eventbrite charged, a couple dollars per ticket, and I didn't want for any one of us to have to pay that fee, so I was going to set something up via PayPal where I can do it that way. And I can set a quantity amount, and people can buy, and I'll get a purchasing report, so I'll know if you're on the list or not, and then we can just do it that way. And you have to have a ticket. There will be no purchasing day of. We will cut it off like 2 weeks prior.
Yeah, it's always fun. If you're thinking about doing it, we're in Indianapolis for this, September 12th. You'll want to come in on the 11th. You'll want to leave on the afternoon of the 13th. That's kind of the way it works over the weekend. Mike Wieger is coming with me, and so we're excited about having him. I'll have somebody to road trip with. This is going to be awesome.
Backpack, home server, and all. I'm going to have the whole.
Yeah, Dave. Mike's going to build a backpack home server that's foot powered.
Nice.
That'll have complete Wi-Fi, and as he walks around, it's spinning the hard drives.
Gigabit, everything.
It's going to be awesome. You'll want to be out there, and we'll like I said, I'll have the link for all the detailed information in there if you've been following. Interestingly enough, I was on Periscope earlier today. Somebody piped in from that who's out in California and was saying, "Oh man, I love Home Server Show, and I'd love to be at the meetup, but it's just too far to come all the way from California." We allow that to be an excuse, but if you're anywhere within a 10-hour drive, you have to come to the meetup. So there's no excuse. Mike and I are going to make that trek. Omaha to Indianapolis is a good 10 hours, and you got to make it. Yeah, it's a long drive, and
it is.
You got to make it. So meetup's coming up, lots of information. Head out to the show notes, and you will have the link there to get that done. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter yet, I just sent one out, and so if you're not on that list, head out to theaverageguy.tv, click on the newsletter link, and get signed up. If you want to get access to the newsletter, you can easily do that through theaverageguy.tv/newsletter if you want to do it, but it's a lot better if it just comes in your email, because then you get it automatically, you don't forget about it. Lots of information about what's going on around here, and so of course you'll want to follow. If you want to do that, you can. We've got 70 or 80 people that have signed up for that, and if you want to be on that, you can do it as well. If you want to support the Average Guy Tech Scholarship Fund, do that averageguy.tv/Amazon, or for John Zadler in Canada. If you're a Canadian, you can use the averageguy.tv/AmazonCA, and those benefit Zadler, and then he can buy some stuff and hack on it, and we'll hear back. I got to get John back on the show this summer, so working on that right now, and he always has some good things to report on, and so you can use the averageguy.tv/Amazon CA for Canada. American, just use the other one, right? Get that right. They don't work for each other, so that doesn't work. We are live Saturday morning. In fact, this Saturday morning, Dave Jackson is out. I am in. Mike Howard is coming in with me on a Saturday morning. We are going to host Ask the Podcast Coach, if I could say it. Maybe after a beer, it's tough to say some of those things after the beer is gone. Ask the Podcast Coach, Saturday mornings, 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. It'll be fun. Mike Howard and I talking about all the things we've learned in the years of podcasting. It would be good to have Mike on there with me. Dave said he might join us. Dave Jackson, that is, said he might join us over there. And how did it work out, Dave, that I podcast with two Daves now on a regular basis?
I can always tell which one you're talking about.
Okay, good.
Because I need a podcast coach.
Well, I do too. It's good. For some reason, they let me on that program, and we have a lot of fun on Saturday mornings taking call-ins. I still have some work to do to figure out that whole call-in system and get that set up. I haven't done that yet. And Mike, speaking of that, I still have to figure out how we stream to Grafton. I got it so that you can take a night off too.
Yeah, no, we got it all set up, so we're good.
Yeah, sounds good. So, is that Sarah?
Yes.
Yes, she's. Oh, wow! She's. Are you in heaven?
I'm with Alexa, and I figured something out.
Oh, okay.
So you go into the Echo app, and I had to enable one-click purchasing. So I'm going to attempt to buy a song from Alexa, and we'll see if it works now.
Okay. We'll wait.
Alexa, buy Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon. Didn't work. I'll have to play with that. But
yeah.
it was off, and I enabled it. So
okay.
We'll have to try it out.
All right. Sounds good. That is the voice of my wife, Sarah, behind the scenes, not in heaven, but she is. She's in the room with Alexa, powered by the Surface Pro 3. That did a nice job. If you were watching on the video, the Surface Pro 3 is in there. That's what's powering the camera behind Alexa out there, and so the Pro 3 did a nice job. No, it's no Surface 3, Dave, but it is a Surface Pro 3.
Got one of those around here.
You got a few of those.
I have issues.
You have Surface issues.
I do.
Yeah. We are live every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern, out here at the AverageGuy.tv live. Remind you, we got some great podcasts, including we're adding open mic night over there at the Geeks Network, so head over to thegeeksnetwork.com and catch those. If you need some more podcasts to listen to, and everybody needs more podcasts to listen to, we've got some great ones out there. Get those on your playlist. We'll be back next week, I think. We got a full slate of stuff coming up, and so don't go far. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Dave, I know you need to bail just because you got family, so if you need to take off, you can.
Okay. I think I'm good for just a couple minutes.
Yeah, all right. Well, interesting that I'll have to work harder on the buy options to figure out how we get the buying stuff to work.
Yeah.
Alexa, buy Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon.
Nope, doesn't like that.
Well, it said that I had to enter a confirmation code, and I did that.
Oh.
Still not working. I'm not sure why.
Little safety feature. You gotta kind of wonder though, since it
Might have to go to Amazon.
Since it doesn't know, this may be a safety feature actually built into it. Since it doesn't know who's making these purchases, maybe it makes you validate it through the phone so that you don't have the kids, right? I mean, think about it. The kids could go in there and just start buying stuff.
Right.
But like she said, you can put a pin in there.
Right.
And the weird thing is it accepts a 4-digit pin, where if you have a Firebox or a Fire Stick, you have to use a 5-digit pin. So that's kind of weird. Sarah, I would ask it. Don't say buy Walk the Moon. Just ask her Shut Up and Dance and see what she does.
Okay. Alexa, buy Shut Up and Dance.
No.
Alexa, buy the song Shut Up and Dance.
Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon. From Prime Music.
Alexa, buy this song.
Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon. Adding for free to your music library from Prime.
Well, it's in Prime. Alexa, stop.
There
You
you go.
picked a free song, but she figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. I'll have to find one that's not in Prime.
That's pretty good. That's making me think to add to library. She might be able to do that, because when you do that, she does move that song from Prime
Does do that,
into your
but
library.
I think I found a song the other day and had her do that.
That's neat. I wonder. You have to find just some oddball song.
Yeah.
Do something like Beatles or Michael Jackson. Because
Oh,
I don't.
but I know what I'll do. I'll find something.
And I wonder if she knows purchase, or does she know
Well, in the help,
B-U-Y?
it says to use the word buy. So
Buy. Okay.
we must have to have all the settings right.
I cannot find anything.
I'll look for some Andy Grammer. He's usually not in Prime.
Oh, look. There it is. You have to use the word shop. Shop for a song. You have to say her name. Shop for the song blank. Purchase or add the currently playing sample. Keyword buy this blank. Add this to my library. If the item is available for no additional cost with Prime Music, Amazon Echo will notify you that it is available with Prime Music when confirming.
Yeah, I like it. It doesn't have to always be perfect either, and in the way you say it. I mean, you got to get some of the key words in there, but you can add stuff around it, and a lot of times it'll get it there.
Alexa, buy the song "Honey, I'm Good."
Here's a sample of Honey, I'm Good by Andy Grammer.
So no, honey, I'm good. I can have another.
Honey, I'm Good by Andy Grammer is $1.29. Tell me your confirmation code.
6-7.
Oh.
6-7. Okay.
We are live, Sarah.
Netflix.
No, honey, I'm
Alexa,
good.
stop.
I can have another.
So there we go. I can change the code. It's not...
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's the code to my luggage.
Oh, I can only be so famous as people would actually try to hack it.
So now it works. Now we know how to buy music.
Yeah.
Now we know how to do it. Yeah, they're in the middle of playing buy this song. If it's Prime, she'll just add it to your library.
Right.
I've never heard that part. This is $1.29.
No.
Very nice.
Yeah. Well, I do know this. I think I'm going to have to buy a new soundboard through Amazon this week.
It hasn't been bad the last part of the show.
I know,
Mm-mm.
but I can't have it. It flared up in the middle there, and I had to turn it down. It was so loud. And it was really
Yeah.
tough. It was really
I heard
tough
it.
in my ears. And it's like, yeah, I think
I've got one in one of my wish lists, Jim. Which one do I have in my wish
I think I just
list?
wiped it out. It does give me a chance to maybe switch over to something different. You know, I've got this Multimix 8, which has been good for me. It's been a good little mixer, but maybe it's time to switch either to that or just go with one of those pre-Sonos devices that just does the mic input and then goes USB right into the computer.
Yeah.
That's what I did with a Behringer, and I thought it was a dirty sounding mixer. I've got the Mackie Pro 8 in my wish list. I don't know why. That's the one I came up with. Like, this is what I want. I think it has USB out, and of course it probably has aux send, or whatever you call that.
Yeah. Pro 8.
I think it's like the exact same as the Multimix 8. It's just the Mackie version.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's
I
it's
think so.
$180.
Oh, maybe not then. Must have something else.
Well, and Mackeys are built a little bit better than
Yeah,
than
that's
the
true.
Alesis.
But I like the Alesis. I got that same multi-mix 8. I use the aux send for my mix minus. It works really well.
Yeah. We use the Mackie FX or the Mackie Pro FX12 at work. That's the one I bought for the studio at work.
So Alesis Multimix 8?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Multimix 8.
Is that in Amazon?
Yes,
Yeah, it should be.
I want to see that.
that's where I got it.
Alesis Multimix 8 USB FX.
Yep.
Oh, there's a 4, Jim.
He has
Is it-
that one too, I think.
I've got the 4. Yeah.
Oh,
low board.
does it have-
I've got the 4.
Does it have aux in?
It's USB, no aux. No. But I don't
Okay.
use aux, so I could get away with it here for $60. I could get away with that little one. It doesn't have very good EQ, but I don't know if you need that.
What is it
That's,
where I...
that's the 4
yeah.
right there.
That's the 4. Mike's got it right there.
Oh, okay, let me see that, Mike. Hold it up. That's pretty sharp.
Yeah, it's got just 2 XLRs, 1, 3, 4 that are combined, and then but no aux send, which is the reason I got rid of it. But it is USB, which is nice. So it's a perfect travel mixer if you need to go around places.
Yeah.
That's what I use it for now. So
Yeah.
It's the one
Well-
I do conferences.
Yeah, but I have a need if we do something a new show that we've been talking about in the background. I would need to do some mix minus. So
Right.
I was thinking
Yeah.
maybe I need to step up. So I found this, but the Alesis, it's 129.
Right.
And that's what I use because I stream live to the radio station, but the way I bring everything in, I run a whole mix minus through this board. So right now I'm sending to Jim something, and I'm sending something completely different to the radio. So that's why I use it. That's why I got it, honestly, beyond this. So it works out pretty well.
Well, ironically, I'm super clear right now, right? I mean, you
course.
can't hear.
Yeah.
But you can find that pop. I don't know. Did you write down a time frame? I always keep
No.
a notepad beside me.
I'll find it. I'll find it when I do the editing.
Yeah.
It was loud.
Find that pop. You acknowledged it, and I was like, oh. I always, even if I just go,
Yeah.
bam.
Yeah.
I don't even say anything. I don't
Yeah.
even say anything.
Yeah.
I do a solo show, and I blame it on the guest. I'm like, gosh.
Hear that guy fart? That last caller? Jeez,
Yeah,
callers, come
right.
on.
Come on.
Ah, dang dog.
Wow. Yeah, it hurt. I mean, it popped. I'm like, ow.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, I heard it, but I was gonna point it out.
No, you did a nice job. I saw you cover I saw you do this, and
I know we all went, ooh.
ow.
Pop.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. I mean, there's still a little bit in there. I'm gonna have to.
Well, I bought a Behringer from Amazon, and it was the dirtiest, noisiest thing that I've ever had in my life. But it had, I can't remember if it was FireWire or USB, but when I was running on I have a Mac sitting over here, I was able to run that single Mac and use like 2 channels of audio on the Mac with the microphone input and the line in input. And I did the mix minus, and I did a couple of shows that way. But I was really unhappy with first of all, the gain. It didn't have enough gain in the microphones, and I understand I'm probably hot right now, but and that's just pure USB.
No, I think you were hot because I was low, and you were coming in on the Google Hangout hotter than me.
Okay.
So I don't think it's you.
Okay, so I had to buy a tube preamp box, and I went to like the local Guitar Center and picked up one of those. But I ended up sending that mixer back to Amazon. I just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah. Well, the amps in this Alesis aren't great. You really got to crank up the gain to get these 2100s powered.
Yeah. I'm at about like 80. I'm at like 75% pretty much gain on these to get them even to register.
Man, I'm having all kinds of problems tonight. Maybe we'll wrap it up. I just had the broadcast server just quit on me, so we'll shut off Spreaker since it's no longer getting a feed.
You know the other thing you could do, Jim, and this is something that I tell myself to do frequently, is go to your local Guitar Center.
Yeah.
They've got that used section in there.
Yeah.
Now, you probably have to be careful because I'm sure that, guitar heads running it, like crazy.
That's actually where I got this originally, this Multi-Mix 8 that I
Okay.
have. I got it at Guitar Center locally. I paid $99 for it. It was
Wow.
a screaming deal.
Yeah.
out
No,
there.
it's
Now you take it back there and you get your money back.
Exactly.
No.
You trade it in. Maybe you get $20 out of it.
Yeah, maybe. Be like, yeah, it sounds okay. There's a little water damage,
Yeah, no big deal.
I don't know. And I might even give it.
I'd give it one more show
I might give it another.
just to see.
I gotta do Dave's show this weekend, Dave Jackson. So
Yeah.
it's gonna need to. I gotta practice for that. I'll have to do that tomorrow night.
I just like how the water spill was on Periscope. So I witnessed it live as it
is
happened.
documented on Periscope.
Yeah.
I'm
Pretty
such
good.
an idiot. God.
Well, and I'm doing the same thing though. I got my water jugs right by
I
my
know.
mixer. So
Well, here's the deal. I used to have my mixer over here, just for that reason, because I put my water here, and I'd
Right.
spilled wine on the last mixer. Right? So I was like, I'm gonna move it away. Well, then I wanted to test out some new things, so I moved the mixer over here, and I thought, well, I'll get the water far enough away from it. Apparently not. And I was grabbing something, and when I pulled it, it popped the cup up, and it just went kunk right on the side, and all the water. It was a full cup, just splashed, dripped, went down the back. I mean, it was like, I was like, oh.
You're lucky you didn't let the smoke out just right then.
I know.
You know?
I know.
Honestly, it would have been better if it just would have went up in smoke.
Right.
You'd know. Okay, I broke it.
Right.
your reaction was priceless because I didn't think anything bad happened. It was like, oh, dang it, like just, and then it was like it was done. Like, no, nothing bad happened. I thought I just spilled on the table. It was you hit it very well.
Well, it was like all over the mixer, and I'm just like, well, that's it. That one's done.
Yeah.
That. Unfortunately, they're not too terribly expensive, but
Well, and couldn't you just use your 4 for a while?
it's at work. I could bring that home.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, I could bring it home, and why not? I should probably try that. Maybe I'll bring that home and try it for Saturday.
Yeah. Or you can have mine. I don't use mine.
I might borrow yours.
Yeah. Except for I don't have a power cord for it. Can't find it
Nice.
anywhere.
It's,
So
it's just as easy to bring that one from home. I mean, from work.
from work, yeah.
I don't
Although
have
right now
room
it sounds
for
fine.
it. I mean, I literally do not have room for it
Yeah.
because you need to be able to reach it.
Right.
And
Well, kind of, but
I mean, once you get it
set,
set,
yeah.
you should be fine.
it's not too big. I mean, it's really not as big as it looks in the photo.
I might use it as the opportunity to upgrade to the Mackie, for another $50, and
Well,
That's
look what I've started.
those Mackie
I think
mixers are nice.
I think it's the best.
Well, Howard got me started on Mackie a ways back, but
Did he?
you're saying it. I mean, they are great mixers, and like I said, I bought one for work, and it's been great. So maybe it's an excuse to order a Mackie. Hey Alexa, still there?
Order Jim a mixer.
How much is a Mackie mixer?
I've added Jim Mix Backy Mixer to your shopping list.
Mix backing mixer.
Jim?
Okay, Alexa,
Yeah.
make me
well,
another margarita. No.
No.
All right, if you're listening live, I'm going to cut you off because I got a mixer to go by, and we'll see you guys back here next week. Take it easy.